Now live. Live. Live at 5. Hello, everybody. Welcome to MacBean Guys Fitness. We're here about cooking breakfast and other positive things. This channel is about positive things. You have negative things to say, keep them to yourself. We don't want to hear them. So today, I'm going to make eggs, and I'm going to make them deviled eggs. Unfortunately, my natural egg supply, well, they're all natural, has dried up, so I had to actually break down and buy store-bought eggs. The good news is that they've come down below $3 a dozen. They were up to $6.50 a dozen, which I thought was quite expensive. But I think what has happened is their sales dried up, and they realized they had to bring them back down. I'm not sure. It's just a thought. You got 8, you got 9. All right, putting 10 eggs in there. Now, usually I put a couple more eggs than I think I'm going to eat because it always seems that I lose a few in the boiling process, but we'll find out. So I had to go and buy about 2 dozen eggs yesterday because it is a great part of my diet. So very easy to make. Hey, Okikan, how we doing? Senior Prepper Nation. Old John was on a rant. I understand. It gets frustrating. What I've kind of come to the conclusion is you can be frustrated and go on with life. I go on with life. I do prep. I do prepare. I am aware. But I still enjoy life. Right now, the putty cat's mad at me because I put her outside. But she had, what do we got here? Here, that's weird. Spent primer. Wonder how that happened. How would I get a spent primer? Probably from my reloading. Here we go. They are what they are, and unfortunately, the world is, you remember when our parents said, oh, the world's going to hell. Well, we are now our parents. What am I going to do? But looks like those protesters in Atlanta, Georgia, got denied bail, all except for one who I guess was a lawyer there to make sure the police didn't, he was there just trying to bust the police. So I don't think much of him either, but he could still end up going to jail because he had prior knowledge. So I got the eggs going. What I do is I set the timer for about 22 minutes. That's usually enough time to bring the water up to a boil and get everything going. I got my paprika. I got my turmeric and boragina. This helps me breathe. So this is something that, listening to Casey Little Owl, I picked up, and it helps me breathe at night a lot better. So I am a real winner of it. Of course, D3 for immunity, because it's a little chilly out. I probably won't get outside. My multivitamin. Zinc. I take it iron once a week. So iron is something that people are, for the most part, deficient in. How's that for a big word? Deficient. But then again, you also have to be vitamin C for immunity, and B complex for energy. And Banks is mad at me, going, "You let me out." So she's making a convincing argument at the door for me to let her back in. Paprika, salt and pepper are basically the other ingredients, and then Miracle Whip, which I'll do at the end. I remember there's 6 grams of protein per egg. Got 10 eggs in there. It's about 60 grams. A bit more than I need. My milk also is very loaded with protein. So that's good. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for popping in. I know my breakfast chats generally are not get the draw that obviously my lifts do. I may do a lift live stream later on today. Yesterday was Troll Tuesday. So we had a reoccurring troll with his many accounts making a fool of himself. Hence, that's why I had a subscriber mode on. I can understand why Rudy Alaskan Prepper always did this. Yep, anemic. And you know, about 60% of the nation is deficient in iron. They don't get enough of it. Now, because too much iron is very bad for you, they really don't put them in the multivitamins anymore. I remember there was a 1 a day plus iron. So what I do is I do cook with cast iron, which gets in there. Do get a lot of vegetables have it, but I take 1 a week. Kind of make sure I've got it boosted up enough. So I got that going. Put a poll out there. What should I lift today? So it's going to be between probably arms and shoulders and back. Just trying to feel how my shoulders feel. Bench is a very stressful on the shoulders. I'm sometimes doing bench on Tuesday and then shoulders on Wednesday. Sometimes compressor it, but we'll see how I feel. We'll see how I warm up. Remember, I also do warm deadlifts on the deck. Have one guy go, "Well, it's a trap bar. It's not really a deadlift." I said, "Well, it sounds better than trap bar lifts on the deck." So I said, "So bear with me." So I got the eggs going. If I want to, I can cook some bacon. And I can put bacon bits into it. Because I have time, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll cook some bacon and put in there. So I kind of overcook it just a tad. Then I crumble it up to put it into the mix. After Ramon and Mrs. start eating her yogurt. So let's put 4 pieces of bacon in there. Not in the eggs, of course. I have a different pan for that. So yesterday I was happy with my lifts. I was going for more reps, which I got away from, which I shouldn't have. And I've got the numbers down that I'll write down. And then come Friday, when I do my second bench day, my goal will be to do more reps. Easy peasy. We used to make scrambled eggs with bacon in them. It is a big treat. I like scrambled eggs. And I like bacon. Bacon's hot. I don't care. I'm going to eat my bacon. There's some things a person just has to have. Bacon is one of them. So these are basically some of the vitamins I take. I have other supplements I take too. I am a big proponent of arginine. So I take this for my circulation and cholesterol and heart health. And I take quite a bit of it. Been doing it for 20 years, and I think my physicals kind of tell me I'm doing the right thing. The last physical I took, I went and did all the testing. They gave it to the doctor. He overlooked all the stuffs on the chart. When I came in, he was kind of astounded. He was like, I was going to talk to you about being severely overweight, but he was like, see, that's not the case. So arginine is it's kind of in the powerlifting and bodybuilding, it's kind of well known. It's an amino acid. All right, it's a natural product, and it helps circulation and vascular and heart health, and also helps with the cholesterol. It gives you a better pump, allows you to get more nutrients in your muscle. So I take it before I work out, and I take it when I go to bed. And I've been doing that pretty regularly for the last 20 years. So you can go to your local Walmart and find it. You can get it on Amazon. Your GNC, if you have a GNC buy, you will have them. They usually have a little better deal with, better capsules. I also get them from Apex Nutrition when he orders them for me. Just doesn't get them on a regular basis. So here's what it looks like from GNC. A lot of times I'll have buy one, get one 50% off or whatever, which is always a good thing. We got the bacon going. So what I do is I wait to see when the water starts actually boiling. What I want to see is a rolling boil by the time it gets down to 12 minutes. If I don't, then I'll readjust the timer, because I did put more water in it this time than I usually do. So obviously that's going to make it take longer to come to a boil. Well, I'm anxious just determined to get in here. Like, I already went in the bathroom, Daddy. Let me in. So she's become a house cat. All right, I'm throwing up anyway. Yeah, I hear you. Now she's heading over to the food. Now, where was I? So, yeah, bacon and deviled eggs. So that's what I do. If you're, if you take it, just there are sometimes some people react to it differently, but it is a natural product that is in meat because it's part of your 20 branched amino acids that are in protein. But I think it helps me stay healthier. That's my belief, and there are some studies to say so, and I've had a lot of people into it. Stuff off the shelves. It does that to wake me up. Yeah. So I found where she threw up behind the couch. Now it's a bad thing. Cats will do that. The good thing is there wasn't any roundworms in it. So I did treat her for roundworms last month, and evidently they've been taken care of. Now I just got to figure out why she keeps grooming herself until she's starting to lose the hair off her back. I haven't quite figured that one out yet. I might put one of those combs on her so she can't do that. I go see if there's one at the store. She's not gonna like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset the timer, because at 12 minutes it had not yet come to a boil. It is close, but it's not quite there. Lift the bacon over. When I get home at night, she just is my shadow. Follows me everywhere. So. Alrighty. Well, it's a chilly day here. I think next 5 days we're gonna have some pretty cold weather, cooler weather. It's still March, so I have my secondary heat sources going on. They kind of help the furnace. A little candle campfire. Thank you. Yeah, so this seemed to work. Oh, camp went. But I picked this up off of Amazon. So it's for the cat. And I treated her 3 times. They say do it twice, but I thought let's hit it a 3rd time. So finding that and not seeing any roundworms in there. Up to 78. So we got to, was it Monday? Yeah, Monday I think we got to 60. I remember I went for my walk. I actually had to take this off and just put a light flannel on because it was just too warm to walk with the hoodie. So this is the hoodie my daughter made for me. It says working on that crazy old man strength. Yeah, Monday was very warm. If I remember right, you're towards Kansas City, I think, area, or are you in Texas? If you're in Texas, I think it got warmer. I'm trying to remember. I got, my wife has family that lives in Missouri. So I know it's usually find it's 10 degrees warmer there than it is here on an average. So I know April we're going to go visit. And I'm looking forward to it being nice and sunny and warm weather. Should be a good time. So this is where I fuel up. I'll eat a big breakfast. I'll make my lunches for work. I work 2nd shift. And then I'll go to the gym. I'll work out, and then I'll go to work. Kansas yet, remember. Near Oklahoma. So the 3 times we drove out to Arizona to see my daughter, we went through Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, parts of Texas, of course, New Mexico. We took that left at Albuquerque. We stayed just before Albuquerque each time. So we traveled to just about Springfield, Missouri and stayed with the sister-in-law. But, it was only 6-7 hours on the road, but it made it a nice area to relax. Works in Tulsa. There we go. And, so my daughter is in Arizona. They work in Chandler for Intel. Where that one guy went in there with a baseball bat and beat his coworker to death and put another one in the hospital. And he had a prior record for beating somebody up with a deadly weapon, but yet they hired him anyway. Yeah, they'll never guess what that was. So somebody's living rent free. Job Banks. Oh my goodness! Did you hear all that noise? I was going to take her back outside. So she was like, meow. Yeah, the little princess thinks she owns the place. Yep. I get home at night, she just is my shadow. Me and my shadow follows me everywhere I go. If I go upstairs, she's behind me. No, Daddy, let me in the bedroom. I'm not going to have to go. Anyway, it's a big kitty. You're getting way too spoiled. All right, so we got boiling. We are cooking. We're cooking far. So I'll let that go for that time period. And then I will put it I'll make an ice bath out of it. Just to make it easier to peel. And store-bought eggs generally are easier to peel anyway. Because time you actually They actually get to the store, they're weeks old. Yeah, no, she'll spend some time on Mama's lap, but yeah, if I sit down, then she's soon on mine. Then after about an hour, she'll go, okay, I'll give Mama some time. And then 5 minutes later, she's back down and she's on mine. She would have been content just to sleep on my lap when I was on the couch this morning all day. And was mad when I told her, I said, nope, I actually have to do things. I don't live a cat's life. She's like, meow. I said, well, I'm a little more active than you, Kitty. I don't sleep 23 hours a day. But she doesn't knock anything over. And when she has to go to the bathroom, she goes to the door. So I don't have to have a litter box. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So I can't complain. So thanks for the thumbs up. We have a rooster that follows us around like a lost puppy. There you go. My buddy has chickens and that, and some of them are just like pets. Always get out underneath you. So I actually had to get that bowl clean. So that's the bowl I'm going to use to stir up the deviled eggs. And then when the baking gets done, what I do is I dry them out on a towel, and that helps get them crisp. There we go, kind of. So let them settle out there. Always multitasking. There we go. My cheetah panther slippers. Oh, I got slippers that I hadn't had them on. I wonder if my feet are cold. Where did I put those slippers? Thanks for reminding me. There we go. I got my plaid ones. My God, I can wear them around the house so my feet don't. The recipe for Cajun deviled eggs sometimes, somewhere. Yeah, I'm not a person that eats hot, spicy stuff. I don't have the tolerance for it. It is what it is. A jalapeno pepper is about the hottest thing I can stand, and only a few of them. I know some people eat those ghost peppers, and they'll sit there and be eating those things that, we were at Buffalo Wild Wings for a work party. Them guys ate those hottest wings. They had blisters on their hands. I said, seriously, this stuff blistered your hands and you ate it? Doesn't seem like a good idea to me. And you got to remember what the hot spices were for. They weren't so much to flavor the meat, they were to hide the flavor of the meat. So when the meat would start to be getting a little old, or than it should be, you'd spice the hell out of it. And then you wouldn't, because your body could still digest it. It just might be just a little bit rancid. So they used it for that. Now, that's not what we use it for now. But I made salsa one year, and then I'd can off 2/3 of the batch, and then I would add like, a bunch more jalapenos and some habaneros, and I'd can that off because I had two friends. One was my brother, another was a friend of mine, Adam, that liked it real hot. So I don't. Zesty is fine. Mild, and medium at the most, but not hot. It ruins the food for me. I just can't eat it. I got to drink so much liquids to get it down that it just ruins the whole experience. I like to taste my food. Yeah, the wife, she likes medium. I like mild. I can stand it, but sometimes the mediums are pretty strong too. There we go. I got my mixing bowl. I got my bacon drying out. I can get my plate to put the eggs in. I got one of my knives from Cutco, one of my sponsors. I really like these knives. They're high quality. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. But they hold their edge, and if they do need sharpened, Cutco will sharpen them for you. Lifetime. I know Steve Lyons used to pop in here from time to time. Has had his set for over 40 years. So, remind me, I gotta send a text to my sponsor who's gonna possibly send me another knife to demo. I have 4, and my favorite one is the peeler. There's the other ones I have. So kind of got like a bread knife. That one he sent me. A steak knife, that's one he sent me too. This one I bought. I liked it so much. So it's a peeler, and it's really good. And that other one I showed you is one I bought also. So I bought 2, he's giving me 2. Supposed to be sending me another one. When I do catch him out at the Utica Fair, I usually buy one from him. I like them that much. So, time to cool down the eggs. Let me see. I make habanero sauce for my ex. Never again. Oh yeah, no, I grew habanero once. One time, I put a habanero plant in. I took a bite at the end. I'm going, wow, this ain't too bad. So the wife took a bite, and then she got really mad at me. Made me take another bite, and then I was physically ill. It was not a good experience. So never more. All right. So the eggs should be well cooked. Now we cool them down. So I cool them down first by just running cold water in them. And then I'll actually bring them out here and I'll throw some ice in the water and let it cool down even further for a few minutes. And then we get ready to vinegar. So I need a little white vinegar. I can put that in there now. Now, is this the healthiest way to eat eggs? No. But it's a really delicious way to do it. A little white vinegar. And obviously, Miracle Whip, but I'll grab that out later. Once I get all the eggs peeled and get everything put in there. Here's my food bucket. So eggshells, coffee grounds, potato peels, any sort of vegetable I throw in there. Goes in there. Then I bring it out to the garden. And then I just, to chill it even more, I throw ice in there. And chilling it down quickly makes the peeling process easier. All about easier. So I'll leave that in there for a couple minutes. I'll answer the chat. So it's what, 10:30? I'll probably get to the gym about 1. Yeah, habaneros, no. I even planted some because I had seeds. I planted some that were probably another step above the jalapenos. I gave them all away. I tried one, it was too hot. Yeah, terribly, but I'm not going to plant it again. I dug up 5 of my pepper plants. I think 3 bell peppers and 2 habaneros, or not jalapenos, and I'll transplant them into 30-gallon grow bags here, probably early May. What I can do now is on nice warmer sunny days, I can grab the bucket and put them out and let them get sun. And then on the cold days, I keep them in the house. But yeah, deviled eggs, I'm going to try to make these at least once a week. They're not hard to make. There's just a couple steps, but nothing difficult. So then probably next warm day, I'll plant some lettuce. I got some raised bed containers. I'll plant them in. And I need to build up one raised bed in the garden, another layer. Each year I do a layer so it gets a little easier to pull the weeds. I'll probably stop when it gets about this high. And I won't even have to bend over. Whew. Yeah, water's still warm. The idea is how much heat are in those eggs. And it's winter time, so the ice maker produces the ice faster than we can use it. When we had the kids here in the summertime, that was a whole different story. But just with the missus and I, some jalapeno plants. Yeah, this is probably about a good time to do it. What I did is I planted them into coffee cans. The Folger one works a little bit better, a little bit more round, but I plant them into here. Yeah, you drill a few holes in the bottom, and then I can take them out and let them get sun, bring them back in. Then when they get about that tall, I plant them in the garden. And they did very well. I was quite pleased. Whew. Feel the heat. Feel the heat of the night. So, probably piece shoulders and maybe some arms today. And tomorrow's Thursday, so probably back and legs. And then Friday, be back to bench. And then Saturday, usually my play day. Somebody's looking squirrely. Aren't you? She's kind of getting down there like she's looking at to chase something. Oh, there you go. Well, spring will come to you faster than it'll come to me. You probably in April build a plant. It's just here it can get tricky. You can get away with April sometimes. One time I got away with the end of March, only once though. It was a very, very hot summer, so I lucked out. Minx is getting quite anxious. I brought her a ball to play with, a little ball, and I don't know, I think she lost it. She knocked it around, and now she can't find it. And I can't find it either, so who knows. But and I may have more time on the weekends because I usually work overtime one day during the week. On the weekends, but they said they're going to change the rules. Big surprise. So the one constant at work is change. So now they got rid of the OT during the week. And on the weekend, it will be if they need it. Now, we'll see how long that lasts. Because being union, if any of the management gets to work overtime, then it would just file a grievance. And that silliness goes away. But we're voting on a new contract. They probably shouldn't have let this come out just before the vote, because the vote is this Sunday. And this could be a reason not to ratify it. We'll see how people vote. I know how I'm going to vote. But this would have been something they would have been better off not doing. Flippy fish. So I had an owl, but she really went after, but I couldn't tell if it had catnip or not. So I got rid of it. I don't want the cat having catnip. It's been known to cause them stress. So then I had this little ball like that she was using, but I'll probably find more of those, because anything that's doing the house, she notices it right away. She'll just start patting it around, chasing it around. She would play with my shoes. She would do that. So, just peel the eggs. And hopefully they'll peel off pretty easy, because number one, they're store-bought. And they cooled them down, but this one is not coming across very well. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll start at a different end. If the one end is giving me a hard time, and I'll tack it from another direction. But yeah, this one's not going to peel very well. I don't think this one's going to make the deviled egg, because it's just peeling terribly. So this one's just going to be food. Now, I don't know why it's doing this. A couple things. It could be maybe I didn't cook them long enough, but I was pretty sure I did. So that didn't go as planned. But I still think I can use it. Hopefully the other ones will do better. Well, the yolk's cooked. So then you pop the yolks out into the bowl here. We'll see if this one peels any better. Yeah, it's not. It'll be rough. It's coming off in itty bitty pieces. Tiny pieces. So they're having the investigation on the China virus. Yes, that's where it came from. And always getting their butt handed to them for lying to us. They did. And they're just so arrogant that they thought that was okay. And when they were bringing out that information, I'm a biochemist. And I'd be a biologist, but I know enough about science to know what they were saying was complete bullshit. And before all the silliness, back in December of 2019, I already knew this was coming, prepared for it. Bought all our vitamins, all our supplements, bought our toilet paper, bought extra food, extra water. It was funny because all of a sudden there was no bottled water to get. So for a period of time, it was about a week, it ran out of bottled water. So I'm at Jewel, and I picked up 4 cases. And the lady in front of me, right around my age, goes, well, don't you have, your own running water? I said, sure I do. You never heard of a boil order? You never had a power outage? And the young lady who was behind the counter was looking at her like, what a dumb thing to say. So she paid for her food and come back in the store and grabbed a couple cases of water. And unfortunately, that was the way people were, just they're so used to everything being there. I don't have to prepare. It'll be in the store. Well, it wasn't. It was no longer in the store. And they're panicking because they never bought for tomorrow. They only bought for today. So I seen something I liked, it was on sale, I bought 10 of them. I knew I'd eat it. Now I make sure I have water. I mean, I have a well. I have my own power if I need to. So, is it a concern? No, but, it's just a good idea. Yeah, Fossey needs to be held accountable, but they won't. There's rules for us, and there's no rules for them. And it's probably always been that way. The only problem is people do the mostly peaceful protests and all that stuff, don't have jobs, don't have careers, probably don't have lives. Yeah, well, I mean, I always say, who's dumber? Politician or the people that voted for him? They can say what they want about AOC, but she still has her job. So who's dumber? Ain't her. That job pays $174,000 a year. Good money. Imagine there's perks. So, who's at fault? I had my brother, he voted for Biden. So you gotta be kidding me. Bill Trump was mean. I said, okay. But you voted somebody who didn't even campaign. Stayed in his basement, can't put together a full sentence without a teleprompter because somebody sent mean tweets. Are you friggin' kidding me? When gas went up to the roof, well, it's not really his fault. Yes, it is his fault. Stop it. Stop listening to the CNN and all those other stupid news outlets. Sit there and try to tell you anything bad happened was Trump's fault. It wasn't Trump's fault. He's not in charge. All right. Biden, you're in charge. Fix it. All right. Fucking Buttigieg. All right. All those Trump policy. No, it wasn't that train wreck. Trump policy was on petroleum products, not on hazardous materials. Stop lying. But why do they lie? Because most people won't research it. They will just say, oh, of course, Trump's bad. His fault, yeah. Aliens come to Earth and attack. Oh, that was Trump's fault. There's another red tide. Oh, that's Trump's fault. I'm like, grow the hell up, people. Guess this is my rant. I'm only doing it because I only got a few people here, so I think I can get away with it. Anybody else in there, thanks for the thumbs up. Don't forget to say hello. Right now it's the John and Oki Khan show. Yeah, so these are peeling, but boy, they're not peeling as good as they should. I'm gonna write my congressman. Remember when public servants actually did help? You don't seem to now they just help themselves. And some of them that I know on a one-on-one basis are quite an embarrassment now. I mean, Kissinger, are you kidding me? He turned into a real leftist crybaby. Joe Walsh, another one. Told them both that you're not Republicans. Be honest. Only reason we ended up with a Republican or a Democratic, governor 2 elections ago because they were both, one said they were Republican, but they weren't. So, people were mad about the other one not supporting his party. So it's just, well, these eggs are getting to be a little bit more work than I thought. I think I'm just going to put the other ones in the fridge. I think after I keep them refrigerated for a little bit, they might peel better tomorrow. So I think I'm going to hold it at 6 eggs because I'm making a mess of these things. It shouldn't be. These eggs are taking a beating. I may have, when the yolks are done, so I boiled them long enough. Of course, these eggs have really thin shells too. Sometimes that does it. What happened is the yolk didn't pull away from the shell, which usually it does the way I do it. So we're only doing 6 eggs. I'll put the other ones in the fridge, leave them in the fridge overnight, and then I'll just have them for breakfast tomorrow. It generally doesn't take me this long to peel an egg. Wow. Terrible. I am. That's going to be one ugly egg. Wow. Not good. We'll stop there, and this will be plenty of food. The other ones I'll put in the fridge. When plans don't work as planned, I guess. Some eggshells are just like that. Yeah, this one won't. Yeah, they keep voting for the same idiots. No, I don't blame the idiots. I think they realized at one time they can do anything they want to. And they're still going to get voted in. I actually think they're laughing. Right. Democrats are laughing at you. I'll stop in on Twitter just to see how damn stupid some of these people are. And they never disappoint. I had the one. They justified 87,000 new IRS agents. And they said, well, they're just replacing those that are retiring. They don't need a bill to do that. They do not need a bill to do that. So what you just said was inherently wrong. All right, somebody retires, they can hire somebody new. And here they're trying to say, well, they're doing that because they had people retire. Yeah, that's not what the bill was for. This was 87,000 additional. Keyword, additional. And it just shows you how desperately they want to believe what they're told. And they just they're just They're too stupid to be stupid. Reminds me of a episode of Gilligan's Island. They had the Russian spies there. They were suspicious of Gilligan. They thought he was an operative. They said, nobody's that stupid. Somebody in the Army used to say, well, you know, there's a certain percentage of the population out there that are not very bright. We just didn't realize it was almost half. Hey, Chris, how we doing? Making some deviled eggs. We had a little problem with the peeling process. So we just, instead of the 10 eggs, I just did 6. Which is still plenty of nutrition. When things don't go as planned. Hello, Chris. Thanks for joining in. Improvise. So this is my high-calorie meal for my workout. And later on, I'll go to the gym. I might live stream from there. We'll see. I'll put my computer back on the charger. Bacon bits. Woohoo! Then we scoop them back in. Mix this up a little bit. Ooh, we got it right this time. Ooh. All right, good stuff. Okay, who you are. Deviled eggs with bacon bit. Oh, you just can't shortcut a really good meal. You just can't. It's worth spending the time and effort. So that's 30 grams of protein there. Another about 20 there, so that's plenty of protein for today. Well, that's good. I do have mushrooms that I bought to start cooking into my eggs. It'll probably be Friday. Oh. Oh, while I'm eating, I'll take some vitamins. And also 11 o'clock. I got a good hour to relax. Make my lunch meals. Oh, yeah, I love portobellos. And head to the gym. And it'll be a good day. So if it's slow enough at the gym, I'll bring the laptop and I'll live stream from there. Probably going to do some military presses. So thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Sharing my morning with me. And then I will have the full follow-on workout posted later on this evening, and along with some shorts. So everybody enjoy your day. Remember, rest, nutrition, and proper exercise.